Hello everyone, today we are going to learn about the array in C++. Okay, so let's begin. Imagine a tray with compartments in which you can store different items such as books, toys or fruits. Each compartment in the tray represents an element in the array and the item stored in each compartment represents the value of those elements.
Okay, that means what? जैसे मान लो तुम्हारे पास एक कंपार्टमेंट है,
ठीक है, जिसमें तुमको किताब रखना है, खिलौने रखने हैं और कुछ फल रखना है। अब क्या करना है, किताबों की जगह पे किताब रखना है, ठीक है, और खिलौने खिलौने रखने हैं और फल फल रखना है। तो ये जो वापिस है इसी को बोलते हैं। अब इसको कैसे करेंगे अपने कंप्यूटर के टर्म में। मैंने फर्स्ट वीडियो में बताया था कि कंप्यूटर में क्या क्या इंटीजर आता है। इंटीजर होता है डेटा टाइप, फिर होता है फ्लोट, फिर कैरेक्टर, फिर बुलियन। तो एरे क्या करता है, इंटीजर है तो पूरा वो एरे इंटीजर का डिक्लेरेशन रहेगा, ठीक है। अगर वो कैरेक्टर है तो कैरेक्टर का रहेगा, ठीक है। अगर फ्लोट का है तो फ्लोट का, मतलब जिस डेटा टाइप का वो रहेगा उसमें ही उसका सारा वैल्यू पुट होगा। ओके, अब आते हैं कैसे हम उसको डिक्लेयर करते हैं। यू स्टार्ट बाय डिसाइडिंग हाउ मेनी कंपार्टमेंट्स यू नीड इन दिस टेक। दिस इज सिमिलर टू द डिक्लेयरिंग। इसका बोलने का मतलब क्या है, जैसे मान लो तुमको 4 किताब रखना है, तो तुमको क्या करना है, वो कंपार्टमेंट में देखना है कि 4 का जैसा जगह है कि नहीं, उसी बोलते हैं डिक्लेरेशन। मतलब बोलने का मतलब है, अगर तुमको 4 नंबर स्टोर करना है तो तुमको एरे डिक्लेयर करना पड़ेगा 4 साइज का, ठीक है। अब आते हैं इनिशियलाइजेशन। इसका मतलब क्या होता है, वंस यू हैव द के यू कैन डिसाइड व्हाट आइटम्स टू प्लेस इन दिस कंपार्टमेंट। दिस सिमिलर टू द एरे विद वैल्यूज। इसका बोलने का मतलब क्या है, जैसे तुमने डिसाइड कर लिया है कि किस आइटम को किस पोजीशन पे रखना है, ठीक है, उसको ही बोलते हैं। जैसे मान लो मैंने एक एरे डिक्लेयर किया, उसमें मैंने सोचा कि फर्स्ट उसका प्लेस पे मैं 7 रखूंगा, फिर मैं 3 रखूंगा, फिर 2, फिर 1। तो ये हो गया इनिशियलाइजेशन। फिर आते हैं एक्सेसिंग एलिमेंट्स। ये क्या होता है, एक्सेसिंग का मतलब भी हम लोग को पता है, एक्सेस करना मतलब उसको यूज करना, उसको लेना। तो व्हेन यू नीड टू रिट्रीव स्पेसिफिक आइटम्स फ्रॉम द ट्रे, यू लुक एट द कंपार्टमेंट वेयर इट इज स्टोर्ड। सिमिलरली इन द एरे यू एक्सेस द एलिमेंट बाय रेफरिंग टू इट्स इंडिसेस। बोलने का मतलब क्या है, जैसे मान लो तुम फिजिक्स, केमिस्ट्री, मैथ और बायोलॉजी, ठीक है। अब तुमको मान लो फ्री सबक चाहिए, तो तुम क्या करोगे, फ्री सबक से खोजोगे। इन द सेम वे एरे भी होता है। एरे में मान लो बहुत सारा नंबर स्टोर है, उसमें से तुमको एक स्पेसिफाइड नंबर अगर तुमको चाहिए तो उसके लिए तुमको क्या करना पड़ेगा, तुमको उसका इंडेक्स फाइंड करना पड़ेगा, ठीक है। क्योंकि उसका एड्रेस तो मुझे नहीं पता, क्योंकि वो एड्रेस कहाँ स्टोर हो रहा है, कैसे स्टोर हो रहा है, वो हम लोगों को नहीं पता रहता है। लेकिन हम लोग उसके इंडेक्स नंबर से हम लोग उसको फाइंड कर सकते हैं, ठीक है। ये सब मैं पढ़ा हूँ, इसको लेके आपको कुछ नहीं है, मैं एक टॉपिक को कम करके दिखाऊंगा। एरे। अब एरे का साइज मतलब कितना हम लोग साइज देंगे, क्योंकि एक साइज होता है कि कितना साइज में इतना चीज हमको रखना है। ओके, तो व्हाट इज दैट, द साइज ऑफ a tree determines how many items you can store in it. Similarly the size of array determines how many elements it can hold. बोलने का मतलब क्या है कि तुम जैसे आप लोग जैसे साइज दे रहे हैं, जैसे मैंने 6 साइज दे दिए, तो उस एरे में क्या होगा, 6 नंबर कैरेक्टर या फिर इंटीजर उसमें स्टोर हो पाएगा, उससे ज्यादा नहीं। उससे कम हो सकता है लेकिन उससे ज्यादा नहीं, ठीक है। अब आते हैं टाइप्स एरे के। फर्स्ट आते हैं हम लोग सिंगल डायमेंशनल एरे, ठीक है। ये क्या होता है, ऑल्सो नोन एज वन डायमेंशनल एरे। दिस एरे स्टोर एलिमेंट्स इन लीनियर सीक्वेंस, एलिमेंट एक्सेस यूजिंग ए सिंगल इंडेक्स। ये है हम लोग का डिक्लेरेशन, कैसे हम डिक्लेयर करते हैं, ठीक है। So what is that, single dimensional means what, that means we are only storing in row wise, okay. What is multi-dimensional array, it is in row and column, okay. So its declaration is just like this, if you are using 2 numbers for multiple dimensions. Now static arrays. Static arrays have a fixed size that is determined at compile time. The size of the array is specified when it is declared during runtime, example int number 5. What is this saying that static array basically the array which have a fixed size, okay, at compile time, means when we are compiling it, not at running, okay. Compile time and running time both are different. I will discuss in my next video, okay. So this example is given, okay. Now dynamic array. Dynamic array has a size that can be determined and changed at runtime. In C++, dynamic array are implemented during pointers and dynamic memory allocation function like new and delete. Example int pointer size to new int 5. Okay. Now you have question in your mind that what is this pointer, dynamic memory allocation. Okay. So don't need to worry about this. This topic I will cover in my upcoming video. Today I am just covering the array part. Okay. So dynamic array is basically that type of array which we can change its size in runtime also. Okay. Just like if we delete it, okay, then the size in just like if there are already stored 5 numbers and I have added 2 numbers, then there are 2 numbers extra I can add. This is left. Okay. Now fixed length array. Fixed length, from the name you understand that fixed length means the length is specified earlier on only. Okay. So this array fixed length meaning the number of the elements they can hold is predetermined and cannot be changed. बोलने का मतलब क्या है, बोलने का मतलब है इसमें जो array होता है इसका जो साइज है वो प्री डिफाइन किया हुआ है, मतलब पहले से दिया हुआ है, उसको हम लोग फिर से चेंज नहीं कर सकते। ओके। वेरिएबल लेंथ, वेरिएबल का मतलब आप लोगों को पता होगा, मतलब चेंज होता है, ठीक है। तो वेरिएबल लेंथ array प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज लाइक C and latter version of C, suppose वेरिएबल लेंथ array where the size of array is determined at runtime. इससे क्या होता है, रन टाइम के समय हम लोग इसका साइज को डिफाइन कर सकते हैं। जस्ट हम लोग यहाँ पे दिया है int नंबर साइज दे दिया है, अब साइज हम लोग डिफाइन करेंगे अपने रन टाइम पे। फिर आते हैं jagged array. Jagged array are array of arrays where each row can have different number of elements. This allow for more flexible data scenarios where the numbers of elements varies per row. Okay, that means what? Jagged array are basically this type of array where the elements of the row can be changed frequently as per our need. Okay, just you can see the example, you will understand that. Here see 1 2 3, then 4 5, then 6 7 8 9. Okay, here is what, here the number is changing. See, here is number, then this, then this. Okay, now grouping data. Two elements of the same type together under one name. This make it easier to manage and manipulate
rated data. Okay, that means what? We earlier see that array stores only the similar data types, so it makes us easier to access the data types. Okay, means we don't have to confuse that which data type I am taking. Okay, if I am taking number, then it will return only the integers. If I am returning the character, make it easy to manage the data.
Now the question arises in your mind that why we need array. हम लोग array पढ़ क्यों रहे हैं, क्या जरूरत है पढ़ने का? So let's see that. Efficient access. Element in array are stored in contiguous manner location which enables efficient access during index values. This direct access make array operation fast. What this says? This says that array basically stored in contiguous manner location which enables efficient access using its index numbers basically. We directly access it and do our functions. ऑपरेशंस ओके मतलब एरे क्या होता है, उसमें बहुत सारे एलिमेंट रहते हैं जिसको हम लोग एक्सेस कर सकते हैं उसके इंडेक्स से. इंडेक्स क्या होता है? इंडेक्स होता है जो हम लोग दे रहे हैं जीरो से लेके जहाँ तक उसका मतलब साइज है n-1. सपोज साइज इज 5, सो वी विल एक्सेस फ्रॉम 0 to 4. ओके, व्हाट इज इटरेशन? एरे फैसिलिटेट्स इटरेशन ओवर. यू कैन इजीली ट्रांसफर थ्रू ऑल एलिमेंट्स ऑफ एरे यूजिंग लूप्स लाइक फॉर और व्हाइल. इटरेशन मैंने अपने पिछले वीडियो में बताया है, अभी बता दे रहा हूँ. इटरेशन बेसिकली यूज्ड टू कॉल द फंक्शन जस्ट लाइक यूजिंग लूप्स like for loop, while loop, do while loop. Okay. Memory efficiency. What is memory efficiency? Means memory efficient means it consumes less memory. Okay. Array consume memory efficiently. They allocates a fixed amount of memory based on the declared size, making them suitable for situation where memory usage needed to be managed carefully. What this says? Array consume efficient memory means not the much memory. It's only consume the memory which it basically needs. Okay. Just like if they allocate a fixed amount of data, then it take the memory which is needed by that data. Okay, so it will be suitable for situation where memory uses is need to be managed. Now passing to function. Array can be passed to function enabling modular programming. This allows you to one function and pass the result to another function, ensuring code manipulation and usability. What is this saying? This saying that array can be passed in a function. Okay, if you don't know what is function, then go to my previous video and see the function part. Okay, so what this is that array can be passed in function and it can be even in a program. This allows the work from one function and pass to the other function, which makes the code reusability. Means we can reuse it and remake it. Okay, now structure. This data structure is very important. Okay, I will discuss this also in my upcoming videos. What is implementation of data structure means? In data structure we also use our array just like in our stack, queues, matrices. Okay, is this stacks, queues are all the parts of data structure. I will discuss this in my upcoming videos. These are also small topics, you don't have to worry about that. Okay, now the main performance means the durability means kitna. Okay, this is an important point for array. In situation where constant time access to element is crucial, array offers the best performance as they provide omega 1 access time. Okay, big O n. So what is that? It is basically saying that whenever the code is provided that this needs a crucial time to access, then we will use array to best time to access it. And what is the time complexity? It is big O 1. Okay. Now how to declare an array? Okay. How to implement in our code? Up to this we have only studied the theory part. Okay. Now we will see that how to implement, how to do the coding part of array. So here is our code. I'm taking the screenshot and here is our means output. So see, first our header file, then our main function declaring the array. Okay. Then I am giving is 0. Now what is 0? These are the index numbers. Okay, these are index numbers. See, I have declared 5 from 0 to 4. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, means from 0 to -. And it's that size of the array. Okay. Now like from 0 to 5, I plus I, and here are the outputs. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Up to this, I hope you all have understood. If you have any doubt, you can ask in the comment section. Now we will do our code. So now let's go to our dev C and we will do our coding part. Okay. So first is our declaration. How you can declare an array. So let's see how you can declare. First we will write the header file. These are the main parts which you have to write in every code in C++. Okay. Then our main function. Okay. Here I will declare our array. That is like, okay. And inside this I will specify its size. I have given the size 5. Means I can store here up to 5 elements. Okay. Now see, I am storing here suppose in 0 index I am storing suppose 10. Okay. Then at 1 I am storing 20. In the same way. Okay, up to this I can store. See, I have stored the 5 elements from 0 to 1. I have already told you that I can store from 0 to n-1, where n is the size of an array. Okay, now I will print it. So I will use loop. If you don't know what is loop, you can check my previous video. Okay. From starting 0, I will rotate it up to size of array and then increment. Okay. Oh, here I haven't declared the end, so I will write here 5 because 5 is the size of an array. Okay. So on next line can tell. Okay. And then our return data type. Now see, I will run it. See, this is our output. Okay. Up to this, I hope you all have understood. Okay. Now see what's our next. So declaration is completed. Initialization is also completed. Is nothing. This is our initialization. This one is. Okay. Now accessing element is also I have covered. This is our accessing. That how we can access means putting the value, and here I am accessing by declaring it this here. I am giving the I, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, and here I am calling. This is what? This is calling this one. Okay, where it is 0, I is 0, printing this. When it is 1, printing this. When it is 2, printing this. Okay. Up to this, I hope you have understood. Now, size of array. What is size? That I have already told you. This is the size which I have written in the inside third bracket. Okay. This can be given by user or we can predefine it. It depends upon you basically. I will show you how you can ask from user and take it. Okay. Now, types of array. Okay, first is single dimensional array. This is the single dimensional array which I told you because here is only row part is there. Okay, now I will say you about the multi-dimensional array. How you can write. Okay, for that I will take one, that is multi-dimension dot cpp. Cpp is the extension. Okay, enter. Okay, so same way I have to write the header file first. That is in our main function. See, I am declaring the 2D array. Okay, 2D array means what? 3-dimensional array. Okay, multi-dimensional array or 2D array. Okay, so I have declared one row and one column. Okay, row means what? Sidewise, and column is down to top. Okay, and row is left to right. Okay, now I will take a loop from 0 to it will run up to 3 because I have declared size 3. Then it will increment. After that again a loop because I am taking it dimensional array. It will also run 3 times and then increment. Okay. Inside this I will call the array. Means the array that I declared. And what I will do, I will just add 1 with this and then multiply this with my row basically. Okay. This part is what? This is our initialization. Okay, this is our initialization part. Okay, and this is what? This is our declare a 2D array of dimension 3 plus 3. Okay, dimension say or size both are same, so there is no issue. After this, I hope you have understood. Now, the part that the print part. Okay, how can you print? Just I have to write the output, that is 2D array inside this we will write our loop. Okay, same loop that I have declared it in our above part. Okay, then we will print this. Okay. I, J, and we will give space green. Okay, inside this I need next line, so I will write end line. Okay, up to this I hope you have understood. Now our return data type. Okay, now let's run it. See how it's printed. 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 6, 3, 6, 9. 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 6, 3, 6, 9. Okay, this is our 2D array. Up to this, I hope you have understood. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in the comment section. Okay, now we will see the next part is our statics. That is, what is statics array? Okay, so statics array is a fixed size. That is why I compile them. It can be declared during the time. Okay, So what is the basically this is something that I am showing by code static array. See, first we have to okay. Now I will write the main function inside this. Now the static array, what is it's basically. Okay, this is what I will show you. See,
static array that I am giving the size, suppose 5. Okay, this is our declare part, okay, of size 5. Okay, now I will same work, calling a loop, rotate up to the size of array and increment it. This will be multiplied with 2. Okay, that's what I am doing, assigning the value of static array element. Okay, now the access part, how you can access it. Okay, so I am printing the static array okay. Zero. See, so what's coming 0 2 4 6, so this is our static array. Okay, next is our dynamic array. So here is our dynamic array. Okay, dynamic array that have a size that can be determined and changed at runtime, means it is predefined by the user that we can't give by using pointer. Okay, so let's do that also. Now we are asking the user enter the size of the array. Okay, and we will take it in our size. Okay, then we will declare pointer, it is our line name array basically. So here is what is our new int, our site will take. Okay, now doing the loop from I equal to 0, I less than up to the size that is given by the user basically. Okay, then increment by 1. Okay, then dynamic array index number. Okay, this is basically we are doing assigning. Okay, now the printing part, that is dynamic array okay. Zero. See, so what is coming 0 2 4 6, so this is our static array. Okay, next is our dynamic array. So here is our dynamic array. Okay, dynamic array that have a size that can be determined and changed at runtime, means it is predefined by the user that we can give by using pointer. Okay, so let's do that also. Now we are asking the user enter the size of the array. Okay, and we will take it in our size. Okay, then we will declare pointer, that is our So here we will give the size of array. Suppose we are giving 5. Okay, to see 1 0 1 2 3 4. Okay, so what's this taking? This will take from 0 to n minus 1, where n is the size of the array that is given by the user. Okay, now we will do the next one. Next is our fixed length array. Okay, so what is fixed length array? Fixed length array means the array which is already predefined in the code that cannot be changed in the runtime. Means the same like our static array. Okay, so I'm not explaining this, these are same. And the variable length array is also same like the dynamic array, so I'm not saying that part. Okay, now what is jagged array? Okay, so let's see what is jagged array. So what is jagged array? Basically, jagged array just take the size and is changing. Means just suppose we are giving the different types of array. Okay, so let's see. First we will add the header file that is important in all our code in C++. So here I will declare a jagged array, that is teaser. Okay, the size I am declaring 3. Okay, now the important that I am assigning, it is jags array, suppose 0. From 0 index means the first place. I am writing new int size, I am giving 2. Okay, then the same I am not writing, and just copy this, just changing the index number from 1. Okay, this is our jagged array that I have declared. Now how can initialize it? Okay, so for that I will take an integer that I will tell counter, that I will declare 1, means it will count from 1. Okay, now the loop part, where I will rotate the loop from 0 up to 3, as because I am given the size of that array 3. Okay, so after that again the next loop, that will also up to I plus 2. Okay, and it will also increment in the output of jags array. Then I will bring the next line, that is our end line. Up to this I hope you have understood. Now the delocate, how you can delocate it. Okay, for delocate memory for each array, or you can say row of an array. Okay, for that I will write the loop and delete the next array. Sorry for the mistake. Okay, then our hidden data type. Okay, this is our final code, so let's run it. So, there is something. So is our jacked array basically. See, okay, we are basically showing the address part also. Okay, up to this I hope you have understood it. I have clear all the parts, types of array. Now still you have any doubts in this, you can ask me in the comment section. I will surely help in that. Hope you like our videos. Like, share, comment and support us. Thank you.